The interim board was appointed by Minister Chongorero after she dissolved the substantive board ahead of the NYC Congress in December, citing a number of what she termed serious contraventions of the Act as a reason for the removal of the board. They say the minister has no right to appoint an interim board without the consent of the Youth Council. The protesters entered the building and switched off the electricity and put padlocks on the entrances and demanded all staff members to leave the building. The protesters also headed to the appointed interim board member's office, and while the others vacated the office, one of them, Beverly Silas, out of fear, remained, and they demanded that she vacate immediately. She, however, locked herself and called the police, who were unable to disperse the crowd. Protesters proceeded to the boardroom where a meeting of the interim board was underway.
The National Youth Council stands as a pillar of youth governance in Namibia, established to reflect the collective will of young people as enshrined in the National Youth Council Act 3 of 2009. This institution's framework, the mandate, its governance through a democratic structure wherein 5 board members are elected by the General Assembly, alongside 3 appointees by the Minister. The National Executive Chairperson further ensures that our youth voices are heard and are amplified within this particular institution. As young people, we categorically reject any attempts by the Minister, the Line Minister, Honorable Agnes Chongorero, to manipulate the National Youth Council for ulterior motives, and particularly to settle the interests of the suspended director, Mrs. Kalista Schwartz-Kovasis. These actions undermine the principles of the youth autonomy and blatantly disregard the democratic processes enshrined within the NYC Act.
The protesters demanded that operations at the office should halt immediately until the judge has reached his verdict on the 20th of February. They also expressed their dissatisfaction in the minister for appointing a suspended board member onto the interim board. When contacted by the NBC, Minister Chongorero stated that she will not comment on the matter that is already being dealt with by the court. She pointed out that the protest was illegal and she has called the police to get the protesters off the premises. NH Nwabep, NBC News, Windhoek.